Hello and welcome to the fourth round of the Formula Racing League. This is the Tier 1 category. We are on the streets of Monaco in Monte Carlo, which will also be staging the 2021 Monaco Grand Prix this weekend. But as for tonight, it's the fourth round of 13 in this Formula Racing League. 20 drivers, or 19 at the moment. There could be one more driver joining in for the race. Do battle on the streets of Monaco to find out who will take to the top step of the podium in the Principality. But first, qualifying. Three-part qualifying it is, Q1, Q2 and Q3. The slowest 4 or 5 for Q1 will be knocked out. And then for Q2, it will be the slowest 5, and then the top 10 make it through into Q3. So just waiting for some drivers to get out onto the circuit. But before we do, whilst we're waiting for that, I want to have a rundown on the championship standings so far in the Tier 1 category. As soon as I can find out the standings any moment. So for the Tier 1 Drivers' Championship, after round 3, Lezard leads the way by 53 points over Mystic Joker in second, who has 70 points. So 123 points for Lezard, 70 for Mystic Joker. Smalley, who will not be participating in this round for unknown reasons. His place will be taken by DeRoy, who had substituted for Total P's last time out in Zandvoort. He's now in the Red Bull this time around. So Smalley won't be adding any points this week. Churenbar, the Greek, in fourth. For Mercedes, he's also on 66 points. Just looking to see if he's in the car for this round. And he is, yeah. So, just a rundown on the driver changes for this week. Obviously, I've just mentioned DeRoy in place of Smalley in the Red Bull. There's also Quick Killer in the Williams in place of Total Pease, who hasn't returned since the first round of the season in Japan. I'm just looking else to see what other replacement on there. There's Dean Phelan, who's back in the car after missing Zandvoort last week. We've got Exotic Alpha in the Racing Point. So just looking to see who is starting laps now. You can see that Exotic Alpha has started a flying lap. And it looks as though that Safdar and Dan Murphy won't be starting. Well, it looks as though they're not going to be setting a time in Q1. So we already have 2 drivers knocked out of qualifying. Who will be the remaining 3 to join them? So the other changes, we've got, Alphas Nino in the Renault in place of McHarry, Quick Killer in place of Total Peace, and DeRoy in place of Smalley in the Red Bull. Exotic Alpha is in the Racing Point as a full-time driver. I think we've got a Red Bull who's crossing the line, actually. That might be DeRoy, who's going to be... Well, it's not DeRoy, actually. It's going to be Exotic Alpha. So we'll go back to him. In fact, he's had his lap invalidated for exceeding track limits at the swimming pool chicane. Into the pits, back he comes. Romans Republic, on course to be the first driver to set a lap time in Q1, and it's going to be a 1 minute 9.6. And in terms of the cut-off point to get into Q2, I would say most definitely a 1 minute 9 is what you need to be getting. Liverpool fan posted a 1 minute 12. That's almost certainly not going to get him through. He may be doing 2 time laps. It is a short track here, is Monaco, so there is enough time for each of the drivers to get round in time before the checker flag falls to get enough runs in. DeRoy taking the shorter route to the line in the Red Bull. So 1 minute 10.4 puts him second out of the 3 drivers who have posted the time. This is Jay Hardnell in the other Red Bull, coming through the Liverpool chicane, pushing ever so hard, clipping the barrier on the outside. Through into Larascas he goes. Gets the car pointed for Anthony Nose, I should say. And it's a 1 minute 11.1. Puts him third fastest for now. We've got a Ferrari who's next up. I think that may well be Roman's Republic. Is he on a faster time before? No, he's not. So he's just coming back into the pits. We've got a Mercedes who's just completed an outlap. That's Infinite Glory. And then we've got a Williams of what looks like Pimis. He's on course to complete a lap at the moment. DRS Open. Over the line he comes. And it's a 1 minute 10.9. Puts him third on the leaderboard. We've got a Haas coming over the line. That's Dean Phelan completing his outlap. Then we've got a racing point of Big Balls Bells, who's just had his lap time invalidated for exceeding track limits. What about Elvis Nino? It's come up from Tier 2 of last season. 1 minute 10.9 for him. We've got McLaren coming into the pits. We've got the other Williams who's about to cross over the start-finish line. That's Quick Killer, the replacement for Total Please in that seat. 1 minute 11.8 for him. It puts him sixth fastest out of the 7 drivers who have posted times. And Liverpool fan looks as though he's not going to be posting any more times in this session because he's decided to not do any more laps, and neither is Becco. So we've got 4 drivers who are not going to be setting a time in Q1. So we've only just got one more place to fill in the knockout zone. Who's going to be that one driver, I wonder? Dean Phelan determined not to be that one. DRS Open. And it's going to be a 1 minute 9.8. That puts him second fastest. That's a good time, that, from Dean. Really, really good lap. We've got a racing point over the line. That's Big Balls Bells. He goes fourth fastest on a 1 minute 10.5. Lizard, the championship leader, out on circuit at the moment in the AlphaTauri. We'll come back from in a moment as Exotic Alpha is on a fast lap. What about Quick Killer? Is he on another fast lap? He is. But I don't think this lap is going to be faster than it was before. So he stays 8th fastest. We'll go back to Exotic Alpha, who's coming through Larascas now. Goes in too deep there, carried a bit too much speed into there, which will compromise his line and exit. DRS Open now on the start finish straight. And it's going to be a 1 minute 11.5. That puts him only 8th. There's inside the lap time invalidated, and he's broken his front wing. So clearly pushing too hard there is the AlphaTauri driver. I don't know if he realises that there are 4 drivers who won't be posting times in this session. Luna Ascari is another driver who has yet to post a time in Q1. Doesn't need to be pushing so hard, given that there's only one more elimination place up for grabs in the first part of qualifying. So she didn't take the best line into the Nouvelle chicane, and not necessarily so into the back either. I don't know if Monaco's not with her favourite circuits or whatever, but she's definitely not taking the best lines. Definitely not. Coming into Anthony Nose. She pushed too hard, caught the curb there. She can go on and complete the lap, but it's going to be a 1 minute 11.8. At least she goes in front of the Liverpool fan, but she'll need to do better than that if she wants to get high up on the grid. Orange and Gamma in the Ferrari. Yet to post a time so far. 1 minute 9.9 for him. Puts him third. And that will most certainly see him through. I think Luna Ascari may be on another flying lap at the moment, so we'll stay with her in case she is. I don't think she actually is, just looking at her ERS, because it's saying it's 0, which means that she's not using any ERS, so she may just be recharging the battery before she goes out to do another run. Dixon's just started his flying lap in the McLaren. Now Dixon could have easily won last time out in Zandvoort had it not been for the spin they had and the collision that saw him and Smalley fall down the order. So at the moment, the 5 drivers from 16th to 20th are Lezard, Dan Murphy, Mystic Joker, Infinite Glory and Dixon. But neither of them has set a time so far. We know that Dan Murphy won't be. So all Dixon needs to do really is just take it rather cautiously through the narrow and tight and twisty sections of the Monte Carlo circuit. Kissing the wall on the outside on the exit of Lara Skaz, nearly clipping the barrier at Anthony Nose. And it's going to be a 1 minute 9.8 for him. And that sees him through. Who else is out on the circuit? Infinite Glory is in the Mercedes. Gorgeous looking helmet that. I really like that design actually. So 1 minute 10.4 for Infinite Glory. That puts him 6th fastest. Got Lezard in the AlphaTauri. Orange and Gamma goes fastest on a 1 minute 9.5. Now Lezard looking to go to the top of the time pages, and he's the first driver to go underneath the 1 minute 9. So it's a 1 minute 8.9 for him. And Mystic Joker is next in the Renault. And that should be a 1 minute 9.9. Puts him 6th fastest. Schoenbach has gone for another run. He had his latest lap invalidated for exceeding track limits. I think once he's got this lap done, providing he keeps his car away from the barriers, he'll go through, and that will push Luna Ascari into the drop zone. If you have just joined us as well, we do welcome you. Feel free to get involved in the conversation. And Schoenbach coming through Anthony Nose. And it's going to be a 1 minute 9.1 that puts him 2nd and through into Q2. Luna Ascari determined to improve on her time. She's on a fast lap. She's 16th fastest at the moment, which would not be enough to see her through into Q2. In terms of the amount of time she needs to find more than 200ths. And she's had that lap invalidated, so she may as well back up on that and go again. Exotic Alpha has had his latest lap invalidated. Duroy likewise. And Luna Ascari is coming back into the pits to get another set of soft tyres on to go for a final run. And I wonder how the track will evolve with the minutes counting down, just under 5 minutes remaining. So in the bottom 5, we've got Luna Ascari, Liverpool fan, Safdar, Becker and Dan Murphy. Now the bottom 4 have retired from the session already, so we're just looking for one more driver to be eliminated with those 4. Luna Ascari occupies 16th position in the Alfa Romeo. And we've got, I think that's the Williams of Plymouth going 8th fastest on a 1 minute 10.2, improving by some margin from what he had before. He's continuing to do another lap, actually. No, his lap's not as quick as last time so far, so we'll come away from him. Exotic Alpha, nearly 2/10 up from his previous best in Sector 1. Gets his racing point position. Oh, he's clipped the barrier on the inside. I turned in too early. No, he's got to be careful not to impede other drivers. Luckily for him, Quick Killer behind is on an outlap. Jay Huntnell has pushed too hard and damaged his front wing on that run. Pemis may as well just come back into the pits, which he does. So Quick Killer, 15th fastest. He's the driver at risk. We've got Jay Hartnell out on circuit as well in the Red Bull. What's Quick Killer's time like in Sector 2? Much better than before, actually. So 9/10 up. There's a Red Bull ahead of him. Should stay out of the way, which it does. Rear wing open on the Williams. Quick Killer over the line. And it's a 1 minute 10.7. So he's clearly managed to find a lot of time on that lap. He goes 12th fastest. That pushes Exotic Alpha down to 15th. He's on an outlap at the moment, as is Lunar Ascari. So it's pretty much a shootout now between Elphas Nino, Jay Hartnell, Exotic Alpha and Lunar Ascari to see who will make it through to Q2. Having said that, Lunar Ascari needs to find more than 7/10 in order to get out of the bottom 5. Elvis Nino has just started what looks to be his last run. He's already 2/10 down from his previous best in Sector 1, so it's not a good lap so far from the Indonesian. Coming through the Neufeld chicane. What can Elvis Nino produce? What's the sector time like? He's a 10th up from before, so the track is improving, but he's overdone it at the swimming pool chicane, and that's his lap over. We'll go to Lunar Ascari, because this is important now. She's over a 10th up from her previous best in Sector 1. What's her second sector time like? We'll find out when she exits to back. She's over 3/10 up, but she needs to find more. Oh, she's pushed too hard. She's hit the barrier on the outside there, and I'm afraid that's her out of qualifying with that effort. She will not be going through to Q2. Oh, she breaks the front wing again. Probably done it in frustration, but she knows she'll be eliminated along with Liverpool fan Safdar, Becco, and Dan Murphy. I just got a message from Ishan Melwani saying that how do we sign up for this league? Well, it's fairly simple, dude. The person in charge of the Formula Racing League is someone called James Williams. He's basically the founder of it. We'll look to find out if there is actually a site dedicated to the league. But all you need to do is just contact them via social media. So they've got a Twitter page, there's Facebook as well. I think there's even a Facebook page for it, as far as I know. By the way, they've definitely got Twitter and Instagram where you can message them about wanting to join the Formula Racing League as a driver. Although there are driving standards considered and rules that you need to abide. Alright. And Exotic Alpha's just saying, I forgot to adjust my fuel. I'm way too much. But it doesn't matter, mate. You're through to Q2. So the drivers out of qualifying are Luna Ascari, Liverpool fan, Safdar, Becco and Dan Murphy. And as far as I know, there are no drivers who have picked up grid penalties in that. So we advance to Q2. Now looking at the race result from last time out in Zandvoort, Lezard won the race. Safdar second, Trumbar was third, Orange and Gamma fourth, Mystic Joker fifth ahead of Dan Murphy. So Dan Murphy will be looking to continue his great start to the season with the number of finishes he's had. He's finished in the top 6 in every race so far this season. He's picked up some great points, actually. Dixon was 7th, but he could have so easily have won, as could Smalley in 8th. Luna Ascari was 9th, Pimus 10th, Jay Hartnell 11th, Liverpool fan 12th, Benz 13th, Becker 14th, and Rowan's Republic in 15th. Now, just so that you know, the top 15 in this league at each race score points. 40 points for the race winner, 32 for second, 26 for third, 20 for fourth, right all the way down to 15 points who would get 1. There's also a championship point for the driver who gets the fastest lap, providing they finished inside the top 10. And there's also a championship point for the driver who qualifies on pole position. Now we've got some drivers who are making their way out onto the circuit now. Some of them will most certainly be going onto the medium compound to try and go on a longer first stint. Anything can happen in Monaco, as we well know. And there is Roman's Republic, who has made his way out onto the track on the medium compound. Geroy likewise. And we've got a racing point joining in. That'll be it's Exotic Alpha who's gone onto the medium compound. So I think we're going to see the majority of drivers setting times on their first runs on the mediums before they make a decision whether to go out again on the soft compound. So Lezard has a 53-point lead at the top of the championship after the first 3 rounds. Looking very, very good. He's won every race so far this season. He's taken a total of 123 points out of a possible 126. It's just a matter of who will catch him, really. And if not, no one's going to catch him. He will be runner-up to him in the title race. There's still a long way to go yet. So the first driver to cross over the line, that would be in Roman's Republic, who we can go to now. Gets the car slowed down over the curbs. Through to back he goes. Rear wing open on the Ferrari. And this should be a 1 minute 10, I should think. It's a 1 minute 10.3. Deroy's next over the line in the Red Bull, and it's a 1 minute 10.1. So he goes quicker than Roman's Republic on the mediums. Good luck that from Deroy. AlphaTauri. We've got an AlphaTauri who's just started his first flying lap. Here's Pimis in the Williams, who's just completing another lap of his own. Then we've got Exotic Alpha, who may be just doing a prep lap in the Racing Point before he decides to go on his first proper flying lap. So we'll come away from him. Infinite Glory in the Mercedes, rear wing open. 1 minute 11.5. Third fastest for him. Elvis Nino in the Renault, who's just had his lap invalidated, so we'll come away from him. Got a Red Bull next, that's Jay Hartnell, who's just coming into La Rascasse. Anthony knows. Oh, he didn't take the best line into there, to be honest with you, did Jay Hartnell. And it's a 1 minute 11.7. That's it over the line on the soft compound. It's 1 minute 8.4. That's the best time we've had in this qualifying so far. We've got Pimis, who is on the medium compound. Rear wing open on the Williams. Pushes over to the line. 1 minute 10.6 for him. Fifth fastest. Who have we got next on circuit? Just looking to see if anyone's improving on their times. Exotic Alpha, most definitely. 1 minute 11.3. Then we've got the Renault of Nino. One minute 10.5. We've got a Haas of Dean Feelings just coming into the pits. I think we've got Ferrari who's next up. Blizzard also coming back into the pits as well. He'll probably just sit out the rest of the session, knowing that his place in Q3 is very much secure. Timis coming into the pits. We've got a Racing Point, I think, who's just also coming back into the pits. So just looking to see who's the next driver coming over the line. We have to go all the way to the Nouvelle Chicane where Mystic Joker's coming through. He's on an out lap. Churumbar is the next driver who is on a flying lap, so we'll go to him. He's on the soft tyres as well. Coming through Anthony Nose. Rear wing open. Takes the shorter run to the line. It's 1 minute 9.2. He goes second fastest with that. Orange and Gamma right behind. And it's going to be a 1 minute 9.6. Third fastest. So the top three have all set their times on the soft compound. Mr. Joker is the next driver on a flying lap. But he's only just coming to the end of sector 1. It's an 18.3 there. He's got a Mercedes coming up ahead of him. Gets out of the way though. So Mystic Joker will have a free run to the line. Those are the only 4 drivers out on circuit at the moment who are going through the tunnel. Mr. Joker on a 52 dead. By the time he gets to sector 2, keeps his car within the confinements of the racetrack. Only just though. Good line through La Rascasse, takes a wide line into Anthony Nose, which is the right thing to do. Comes over the line, and it's a 1 minute 9.9. That puts him 4th fastest with that time. Dixon's in the pits, presumably because he's picked up damage because he's pushed too hard on that lap. So just the one driver out on circuit at the moment. That'll be Mystic Joker, who will most certainly be coming back into the pits to prepare for one more run. In the bottom 5 at the moment, we've got Infinite Glory, Jay Hardnell, Quick Killer, Dixon, and Big Boss Bowles. And Isman Milwani, the founder, answering your question, the founder is James Williams. I did mention J.O. Williams, actually. Big Balls Bells is also another admin, as is Rosie and Nivi as well. So just contact them via the YouTube, not the YouTube, the Twitter of the Formula Racing League. That's what I would do. I'll let you know what their Twitter is. Right, so it's called the FRL, and the Twitter username is @F2 Racing. So that's all you need to know. The name of it. I think we can see a few drivers on outlaps now. There's a racing point in the tunnel. That'll be Exotic Alpha. There he is, look. So I'm just looking at the championship standings. Quan and Q, I think, has changed his name to Exotic Alpha for this one, so it's not a different driver in the car. It's just the guy who's just changed his username on his PlayStation account. So Exotic Alpha posted his first flying lap on the mediums, 1 minute 11.3, which I highly doubt that will see him through. Needs to try and get into the low 1 minute 10s. He's 6/10 up through sector 2 from his previous best time, so he's on course potentially for a mid 1 minute 10, but he made a mistake on the exit of the swim pool section. And it's a 1 minute 10.8. He lost time in the last sector, so he'll definitely need to go again. Dixon coming into the last corner now. He's on a set of the mediums. He's yet to post a time. Well, he's set a time now. It's a 1 minute 9.8. That puts him 4th. That should see him through. Here we are with Infinite Glory. He's posted his first time on the mediums. He's on the softs now. And it's going to be a 1 minute 10.4. Goes 9th fastest with that. Exotic Alpha is on a fast lap, but it's not as quick as before. Got a Ferrari going through the... It's just gone past the Neufeld chicane now. Romans Republic it is. He's nearly 6/10 up through sector 2. On the soft tyres. I think he's on course to go into the 1 minute 9s here. I imagine he'll go in front of Dixon with this time. Got a great exit out of Anthony Nose. It's a 1 minute 9.5. And does go in front of his teammate Orange and Gamma. Quick Killer is next, but he's had his lap time invalidated, so he will need to go again. Infinite Glory on a better... Oh, he's hit the barrier, pushing way too hard. And that, his luck ruined, I think. Can't see him improving with that wounded machine. And so he comes back into the pit. So Infinite Glory is in danger of being knocked out at the moment. Can he get that car fixed in time to get round before the checker flag falls? Quick Killer is one driver who's yet to post a time. Well, one of two drivers have yet to post a time in Q2. Coming through the tunnel. Down to the Nouvelle chicane. It's back. He's here. 52-1. So it's definitely on course for a good time here is Quick Killer. Got a great drive out of Anthony Nose. Comes over the line now, and it's a 1 minute 10.3. That puts him 9th. That pushes Elvis Nino into the drop zone. He's had his latest lap invalidated, so he's got one more chance to improve, has Nino. Otherwise, he will be going out of qualifying. Pimis is almost getting held up by the Racing Point of Exotic Alpha, who's on an outlap, but Exotic Alpha needs to move out of the way. He does so. He nearly clips him as he goes past. So Pimis is in the drop zone in 12th. Needs a better lap to get out of the bottom 5. And it always a bit of front wings flown off there. Was that from the Williams? Yes, it was. I think it was from the Williams. It may have been from another car. Either way, Pimis is crossing over the line now. And it's a 1 minute 10.8. It's not a faster time than before. Exotic Alpha has just begun his latest lap. Big Boss Bells is out of qualifying. Not quick enough on the medium compound. He will start 15th on the grid. Jay Hardnell is out as well. What is Pimis' time in sector 1 like? 300s down. He's not out of the woods yet. If Elvis Nino doesn't improve, he's out of qualifying. So, the driver at risk is Infinite Glory in 10th place. Exotic Alpha's first sector wasn't particularly great. Pimis' was okay, but you can see his ERS is running out. He's nearly a 10th off through sector 2, but in order to get out of the bottom 5, he needs to find 2 tenths on this lap. So he's halfway there. Out of the final corner, DRS open, on the start-finish straight he goes, and no improvement. Exotic Alpha crosses over the line, no improvement from him either. So we have our 5 drivers eliminated in Q2. Elvis Nino is out, likewise with Pimis. Exotic Alpha also makes a premature exit from qualifying. Jay Hardnell is also out, as is Big Balls Bells. And in terms of which drivers will start in the race on the medium tyres, we now know that Dixon, DeRoy and Dean Phelan will start on the mediums. All the others who've made it through will be starting on the soft compound, unless it's a wet race, of course. DeRoy's just asking, do you reckon I'm safe? Well, you are now, mate. You're 7th fastest on the mediums. So the 5 drivers eliminated: Elvis Nino, Pimis, Exotic Alpha, Jay Hartnell and Big Balls Bells. Doesn't appear to be any drivers with grid penalties from that session. There isn't, so on to Q3 we go. And by the way, if you are interested in getting involved in the Formula Racing League, do feel free to contact one of the admins. You can go to their YouTube channel, which is the Formula Racing League. You can even go to their Twitter, which is FRL, and then the username is @F2Racing. Or you can contact them via Instagram. Just getting up to see what their Instagram username is. Okay, so their Instagram is FRL_racing_PS4. But if I was you, I'd just use their Twitter and contact them via them. There may be an email address as well. But as we are racing tonight, You may just have to be a little bit patient, as it is a busy evening in the Formula Racing League. As you can see, there's drivers making their way out onto the circuit. Lezard is one of them. Now, given the lifespan of these soft tyres, they've got a lot of life left in them, so I'd imagine some may do a run on a used set and then use their extra set of soft tyres, which those who make it into Q3 are rewarded with, to do on their last run when the checker flag falls. Dixon saying Lezard is 12th in the time trial on Monaco. So, and imagine, providing that Lezard makes no mistake, he should put his AlphaTauri on pole position, which would also be more rewarding, because it is the most important qualifying session of the season, and Lezard would get a championship point for qualifying on pole. But here we go, the start of the flying lap. Let's go for a lap round Monaco, shall we? So up through Massenet to Casino Square. So as you're accelerating now, there you're in 4th gear, and then you shift down to 2nd. And as you are about to accelerate, you upshift to turn 3, then down to the slowest corner of the season, 1st gear, and then 2nd through into Portier. And then as you exit, upshift to 3rd gear straight away, and then through the tunnel. And then you'll approach the new Fel chicane, brake 75 metres before the corner. You exit up to 6th gear, then down to 5th through to back. Then you're going through the swim pool section, almost flat out. You may have to ease off on the throttle so you don't spin the rear tyres too much. Coming into La Rascasse, taking really nice wine, and then a wide line as you approach Anthony. Nearly clipping the barrier on the inside there for Lezard, but he got away with it, and it's going to be a 1 minute 8.3, and that is by far the best lap we've had in qualifying. So we've got a Ferrari next up over the line. That'll be Roman's Republic. There he is. He goes second fastest one at 1 minute 9.5. We've got a Red Bull next. That's De Roy, and it's going to be a 1 minute 10.8. Not good enough, I'm afraid. Churinbar second fastest now, 1 minute 8.8. So 5/10 away from Lezard's pole time, provisional pole time so far. Dean Phelan next for Haas, rear wing open, on the start finish straight, and that's going to be a 1 minute 9.9 for him, puts him 4th. We've got a Mercedes of Infinite Glory who goes 5th on a 1 minute 10.1. The next up is Orange and Gamma in the other Ferrari. Goes on to a 1 minute 9.6, 4th fastest for him, so he just goes behind his teammate on the 2nd row. We've got Mystic Joker in the Renault. He posts a 1 minute 9.6, just behind Orange and Gamma, but ahead of Dean Phelan. And then we've got the... I'm not sure if Roman's Republic is doing another lap. No, I don't think he is. So we're just waiting for the other two drivers, that is Quick Killer and Dixon, to make their way out onto the circuit. Quick Killer is on an out lap. I think he's just moving out of the way of slower cars coming through. Don't come to a halt there, mate. You could end up getting disqualified if you don't move quick enough. Yeah, I wouldn't be parking there, dude. I would definitely not be parking there. I understand why you did that, but there's other places around the circuit where you could... Well, I understand you're trying to get out of the way, but I think coming to a halt like that is not the best solution. So Mr. Joker, I don't think he's on a better lap than before, is he? No, he's not. So we'll come away from him. And Dixon's out on circuit now. And apparently, Lezard's best time in time trial on this circuit is a 1 minute 7.3. That's an incredible, outstanding lap time. go to Quick Killer. Sliding a little bit through Casino Square. That'll cost him a little bit of time. It's an 18.6 through set to 1. Coming into the hairpin of lows. Then coming through Portier. I'm sure Dixon will be thinking, there's no way I'm going to get ahead of Lizard on qualifying pace here. It'll have to be done in the race. But here's Quick Killer. He needs to be in the 52s really. By the time he gets through set to 2, he is in the 52s. It's 52.4 for him. Uses as much of the curb as he can. He ran wide through Loris Gas, pushes a bit too hard. And it's going to be a 1 minute 10.8 that puts him only 9th on the leaderboard. DeRoy improved to 3rd on a 1 minute 9.2 for him. That's a good lap time. Let's go to Dixon. He's the only driver yet to post a time out of those in Q3. It's in the tunnel. When does he decide to brake? Maybe carried a little bit too much speed though. He did go a little bit wide and over the curves, but he got away with it. Very easy to have your lap invalidated around here. It's a 51.3 for him through sector 2. So can we see him on the front row alongside Lizard? And if so, how far will he be away from him? Through Anthony Nose, rear wing open, pushes to the line. It's a 1 minute 9.2, only 3rd for Dixon. Quick Killer will be coming back into the pits, I would think. And Rome's Republic is out on a lap at the moment. I think Churenbar's gone quicker than before in sector 1. Let's have a look at his sector 2 time. He's 3/10 away from his previous best, so I don't think we're going to be seeing him improving on this lap. Coming through to back. It's a 51.3 for him. He's nearly 3/10 up from his previous best time, so he could potentially go up to either 4th or 3rd, maybe onto the second row. May needs to find a little bit more time through the final sector. He got a great exit out of Anthony Nose, rear wing open on the Ferrari, and he goes on to a 1 minute 9.1 that puts him 3rd fastest. So he goes ahead of Dixon and DeRoy. So Roman's Republic posting a brilliant lap time, and I wonder if the track may well be improving. Quick Killer in the Williams. Nearly 3/10 down in sector 1. I would be coming back into the pits, man, and just get another set of soft tyres on, which is what I think he's trying to do. Pushing a bit too hard, damages the front wing, and yeah, he's coming back into the pits. I think Infinite Glory is on a fast lap in the Mercedes, coming through Lara Scass. Posted a 1 minute 10 earlier. It's 1 minute 9.8. That puts in 8th fastest. So at least he goes in front of Dean Phelan. We've got a Ferrari coming through. I think that's Roman's Republic. Yeah, he's 1.7 seconds down from his previous best, so he's not going to be improving on this lap. Dean Phelan, a quarter of a second up from his previous best in sector 1. Posted a 1 minute 9.9 earlier. What is his second sector time like? It's a 51.5, 3/10 up. So what is he on target to beat? He's on target to beat Mystic Joker and maybe Orange and Gamma Beast Slid coming out of the swimming pool section. That will cost him time for sure. So over the line comes the Haas driver, and it's a 1 minute 9.6. Puts him up to 6th, actually, despite that mistake. So that's a good lap, that, from Dean Phelan. And DeRoy was faster than before in sector 1. His lap time was a 1 minute 9.27. The next driver ahead of him is a McLaren, who is Dixon. He's on an out lap at the moment, so DeRoy shouldn't really catch up to him before Dixon starts his lap. He's nearly a tenth down in sector 2, actually, is Deroy, so he needs to find... He's decided to back off on this lap, actually, and just conserve the battery a little bit and go again. Dean Phelan not on a quick lap at the moment. I don't know if he's got enough time to recharge the battery either, so... Deroy will be going again for another run. Who is next behind Dean Phelan? It's a Ferrari of Orange and Gamut. He's a 10th up through sector 2. And the 7th fastest at the moment is Gamut. I think realistically he's only looking to get ahead of Dean Phelan with this lap time. It's probably like another 1 minute 9. It's a 1 minute 9.2. It's much better. Goes up to 5th. His upper place from before is Gamut. And Dixon is nearly half a tenth up through sector 1, and through sector 2 is 3 tenths down. Is he going to have enough time to get over the line before the checker flag? I think he may do just. Yeah, he will. Yeah, he'll get there over the line before the checker flag falls. No improvement there for Dixon. And Mystic Joker is on a better lap through sector 1. What about Deroy? He's had his lap time invalidated and he's lost his front wing. Orange and Gamma not on a better time. He's had his lap invalidated, so he won't be improving. Lezard has also had his last lap invalidated. So Mystic Joker is the only one realistically can improve on his time. Can he go ahead of Dean Phelan? He's 2 tenths up through sector 2. What time can he find in the last sector? It's going to be a 1 minute 9.3, and that puts him 7th fastest, and that's where he'll start on the grid. Dixon struggling to find time on this lap. Exiting the last turn now of Anthony Nose, gets the power down. Over the line he goes, only 4th fastest for him. What about Turinbar? He's had his lap invalidated. So Lezard is on pole position once again. He's 3rd pole in 4 races in the AlphaTauri. That adds another point to his monstrous total this season. Turinbar will line up alongside him on the front row. Romans Republic will start 3rd alongside Dixon. Orange and Gamma 5th, Deroy 6th, Mystic Joker 7th, Dean Phelan 8th, Infinite Glory 9th, and Quick Killer will start inside the top 10. Well, it was a pretty quick qualifying that. It felt quick anyway. And just before I do answer a question, actually, Lezard and Turinbar line up on the front row. Lezard on pole, Romans Republic and Dixon on row 2, Orange and Gamma and Deroy on row 3, Mystic Joker and Dean Phelan on row 4, Infinite Glory and Quick Killer on row 5. So, in terms of grid penalties, no one has any, so that's good to see. Answering your question, Luna Ascari, just questioned me. Should I start on softs and plan for a safety car? It's totally up to you. It's very difficult for me to call it on that one, because a safety car could happen at any time. So do whatever you feel is best. And I think considering it's Monaco as well, and with it being such a competitive field, anything can happen really. And I don't even know whether it's going to be a dry or a wet race either. So one of the drivers needs to fill me in on that. And let's say we are going to have a dry race. We are a few minutes away from lights out, so do feel free to get involved in the conversation, folks. So just less than half a minute away from the start of the formation lap here in Monte Carlo. We'll find out in a moment who is starting on what. What we do know is that 3 drivers out of the top 10 will start on the mediums. Dixon's one of them, DeRoy's the second, and the other, I'm just trying to remember who it is. Might be not Infamagoi, maybe Turenbar, but I'll have a look anyway. So, in terms of tyres-wise, so Dixon, DeRoy and Dean Phelan are the only drivers within the top 10 starting on the mediums. Elvis Nino likewise, as is Pimis. Then Big Boss Bells, Luna Ascari, Lovable Fan, Becco, Dan Murphy, Suftar are starting on the mediums. Jay Hartnell, the only driver on the grid, starting on the hards. All the others that I haven't mentioned are starting on the soft compound. So a mixture of strategies, but who will prevail on the streets of Monaco? There is bound to be incidents in this. And one thing I will mention actually, due to the nature of the Monaco circuit, if by means necessary, drivers can be allowed to reset back onto the track, but it will still be monitored. And stewards will be investigating any drivers that do reset to the track unnecessarily. So that's something to bear in mind. We do take driving standards very seriously in the Formula Racing League. So don't assume this is going to be a mess around in a supermarket, in the supermarket choice being used as dodgings or along those lines. Either way, it's a competitive racing championship, not Destruction Derby or Destruction All-Stars, whatever you want to call it. Now, Ishan is saying he wishes all the drivers good luck. It's a very nice touch there from you. But all the drivers are, well, I say all the drivers on the grid, everyone's making their way back onto the start-finish straight. Lezard on pole position. Can he continue with 100% start to the season? Turenbar will be looking to end that from second. Romans Republic and Dixon are desperate to get their championship seasons very much up and running in third and fourth. Orange Gamma and DeRoy looking to achieve a great result here today. Could we have a surprise different winner? Who knows? Anything can happen on the streets of Monte Carlo, as we saw in Formula 1 in 1996. Well, everyone is in position now. When the 5 lights go on and they go out, we'll be racing here in Monaco. Lights out, and away we go. And Leslie gets off to a reasonable start, as does Turenbar. And it looks as though that the Ferrari of Romans Republic has kept hold his third position there behind. And we've got Orange and Gamma, who has made contact by the looks of things on the Mercedes. So we've got a safety car already. So someone has had a moment down at turn 1 at Saint-Devote. A lot of debris scattered around, but we already have a safety car less than 10 seconds into the race. It doesn't look as though anyone has retired, but most certainly a lot of drivers will need to be pitting at the end of lap 1 to get their front wings replaced. I'm just looking to see who has picked up damage on the first lap. It was definitely within the realms of the top 10 who have picked up damage somewhere. I think the McLaren actually of Dixon's picked up damage. Has DeRoy picked up damage? Difficult to tell in the tunnel. No, his Red Bull's fine. Mystic Joker's got damage to the left-hand side of his front wing. Dean Phelan's fine. Pimis is fine. I'm just looking to see if on the outside of the Neufeld chicane, any other drivers who've picked up damage. Luna Ascari has most certainly picked up damage on her car, so she'll need to come back into the pits. Liverpool fan, I would have imagined he's picked up damage to his McLaren. Yeah, he has. Dan Murphy, he might not have picked up damage actually. I think Suftar's picked up damage at the back, as has Becco. In fact, Suftar's not picked up damage, but Becco has done. So we've got 5 drivers who will be coming into the pits. Dixon is one of them. Now, if we do get loads of safety cars in this, now a 50% race can go towards the 1 hour mandatory time limit for the event. So if we do get loads of safety cars in this one, do not be surprised if we do go to a 2-hour time limit. So it's just saying, how did I call a safety car on lap 1? Well, you're not wrong there, mate. I said anything can happen in Monaco. So Lezard leads behind the safety car. Turenbar second, Romans Republic in third. We've got a Red Bull going across the escape road of De Roy. So he's just rejoined there in front of Pimis, but Orange and Gamma's in 4th place, De Roy's 5th, Dean Phelan's 6th. Pimis has just let him back through, actually. I think Pimis must have overtaken him under the safety car conditions. Quick Killer's 9th, Exotic Alpha in 10th. I'll say, well, in fact, Quick Killer's trying to get through. Now, is he trying to get into the pit lane? In fact, Quick Killer's got back into 7th place now. Dean Phelan 8th, Exotic Alpha 9th. Jay Hartnell running out the top 10. As Elvis Nino comes into the pits for a new front wing. He's going to go into the hard tyres, so presumably he's going to go to the end of the race on those. He'll fall to the back of the field for sure. Now, I'm not sure how long the safety car will stay out for. Now, according to Codemasters, they do leave the safety car out there for a maximum of 3 laps, unless there is more incidents happening behind the safety car, but that's highly unlikely in this. The Lizard is in the lead. And the track position is ever so important on the streets of Monte Carlo. So Lezard does continue out in front. Turenbar looking to improve from 2nd place, and the safety car is coming in at the end of this lap. So Lezard will, well, I say he's backing up the field actually. He may just choose to go at this point. Turenbar's not close enough to him. And Lezard decides, does he decide to go now? I think he does, yeah. So Lezard's gone. So Lezard leads the field at the end of lap 3. Turenbar in 2nd place, Romans Republic 3rd, Orange and Gamma 4th. De Roy 5th ahead of Pimis, Quick Killer, Dean Phelan, Exotic Alpha and Jay Hartnell. Just looking to see if there's any drivers making a move. It doesn't appear to be, so all 20 drivers still running at the moment, but we've still got an awful long way to go yet. So looking further behind to see if there's anyone choosing to make a lunge down on anyone. I think considering how the field is bunched up at the moment, I think a lot of them are going to be waiting until the pit stops do get underway. Dixon's got a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. His race going from bad to worse so far. So Lezard coming round. I mean, he's just circulating around like he owns this track, does Lezard. No wonder his times in time trial have proven to be magnificent, as well as his pole position time. So 1 at 12.1. Oh, we got another safety car now. What's happened? Not quite sure what's happened. We're just looking to see who's been involved in what. Dean Phelan's in the pits. Has he had a coming together with someone? Liverpool fan is in as well, as is Dixon. So Dixon's in for his 2nd start. He's waiting behind Liverpool fan actually. And Luna Ascari is out of it. She was the one, I think she stopped in the pits actually, as Luna Ascari, so that's her wretched day over. She was absolutely brilliant last time out in Zandvoort. last week, but not so brilliant today on the streets of Monaco. Should be hoping for better luck next time around when the Formula Racing League, just trying to get the calendar up at the moment. And the next round of the Formula Racing League will be after Monaco. It'll be the Hungarian Grand Prix in Hungary, so should be hoping for better luck there than she did so here in Monaco. I wonder what she'll be thinking after this weekend. She must be thinking, I need to be doing more practice on the streets of Monaco for the next time I do race there. But Lezard is taking the opportunity to come into the pits to get rid of those soft tyres and go onto the hards. The thing is, how much track position will he be losing? He's going to be stuck behind a load of cars as he exits the pits. He rejoins in 11th behind the Renault of Mystic Joker. Avenging Gamma and Exotic Alpha are also in. So we have our first retirement of the race. So Turenbar takes the lead of the race for now. Just looking to see who has stopped in this race so far. Everyone apart from the top 9 have pitted. Elvis Nino's in the pits for a third time, actually. Gone to a set of the hard compound. He'll get back on the lead lap as well. But Turenbar remains in front. Now the safety car is not going to be coming out at the end of this lap. You can see the yellow light still flashing on the top of the car. Will Turenbar take the opportunity to come in? I think he's going to need to keep track position. Luna Sky was just coming in and saying, no, next week, Tom, I don't understand. Practice was perfect. Today, every turn kicked the rear out and put me in the wall. Well, if you're saying that saying that every turn kicks the rear out and put you in the wall, then I'm not really sure if you're saying that practice was perfect. I don't think it quite was. I mean, if every driver out there was not getting if the rears weren't kicking out on their cars on the exit of the corners, then clearly they're doing something right, unlike you are. And Ish coming saying, keep practicing, remember that practice makes perfect, which is absolutely true. I mean, sometimes, don't think that 10 to 15 laps on time trial is what's going to make you a better driver around Monaco. You need to do an awful lot of it. Even like 100 laps or so is going to help you become a better driver. And yes, Monaco is not an easy track to do. It's annoying, but you can't just turn around and say that, you know, I just can't do Monaco. I can do all the other circuits, but just not Monaco. You have to be good at every single circuit you do. So Turenbar is leading behind the safety car. Romans Republic in second place, DeRoy third. Remember, the top 9 have not pitted yet in this race. I can imagine Turenbar will anticipate the safety car coming in, which it does. So Turenbar will dictate the pace. He's carrying that Michael Schumacher helmet as well. Love that helmet. I wish I could have that in the on my team mode. But Turenbar is now clear as we end lap 7. So Turenbar in the lead. And we've got an incident in sector 3. Not sure what's happened, but it seems to have cleared very quickly anyway. Have we got any action going on? We've got DeRoy closing in on Romans Republic for second place. Romans Republic already a second behind Turenbar on the restart. You can see how the likes of Lezard and Mystic Joker are getting on. Big Balls Bells right behind the second of the Red Bulls. That is Jay Hartnell. So Roman's Republic in second place still. Droid third. And Mystic Joker's got by Sufdar. Looks like he's got it done just before the Nouvelle Chicane. So Mystic Joker proving that he can overtake in Monaco. But Sufdar, I wonder if he's got a problem actually, because I wonder if he's clipped the barrier that's caused damage to his front wing. We'll find out very, very shortly. Don't think he has actually. So he's let Lezard by as well. And now he's got Becco that he needs to watch. There's no DRS for the first 2 laps of the restart. Droid looking to put Roman's Republic under pressure as they come through Casino. Jay Hartnell in 6th, Big Balls Bell 7th. Mr. Joker in 9th place, behind Infinite Glory. Can he pull off a similar overtake on the Mercedes as he did so on Sufdar a lap ago? He's all over the back of him with the use of ERS as they exit the tunnel. Side by side with him. Has to back out of it. Now, in actual fact, Mystic Glory is in prime position to take the race win because he's already stopped in this race. All the drivers in the top 8 have not. So he's got a great opportunity to win this race. DRS is now enabled. Look at the drivers just jockeying for positions. They come through Larascas. We've got a Haas almost spinning there. I think that's is that Dean Phelan who's just dropping back there? Couldn't quite tell. Yeah, it's Dean Phelan who's lost it coming out with Larascas. And he's lost a position. And he's lost another one to the McLaren of Dixon who's fighting back. Infinite Glory into the pits for hard tyres. And now back onto the circuit he goes. The good news for Infinite Glory is that with the use of fresh tyres, he can start closing in on the field. There we go for fastest up as well, if he's lucky enough. Let's have a look further behind to see if there's any drivers tussling for position. We've got Orange and Gamma in 12th place, behind Becco. Dixon all over the back of the Ferrari as well. And it's just saying, do the drivers use a wheel or controller? Difficult for me to say on that one, mate. It could well vary between them. Is Jay Hunt picked up damage on his front wing there? No, he hasn't. So that was just me thinking. So Big Boss Bell's closing in on him. He thought about a move down into Sandvot, but thought better of it. Jay Hartnell all over the back of the Williams of Quick Killer. Dixon has now got by Gamma and up into 12th place, but he's picked up damage to his front wing. So Dixon's race goes from bad to worse. I think that's the Ferrari of Orange and Gamma getting out of the way. The other drivers, not sure what's happened between those two, but it seems though that and there's collision, and the Renault of Nino has hit the back of the pair of them. Now that's something I think the stewards will need looking at. That was the Liverpool fan that the Ferrari has hit the back of down at Lowe's hairpin. Now surely those drivers are going to need to come into the pits for repairs. There's an incident in sector 2 now as well. Oh, it's Dixon. Dixon spun at the Nouvelle Chicane. He's got going again. Oh, he's picked up 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. Well, he didn't really. So I think he'll have a case on that. And Liverpool fan getting the same penalty for the same event, for the same offence. DeRoy all over the back of the Ferrari. In fact, Quick Killer's into the pits now. What's he going to go on to? Has he got damage to his front wing? Ball drivers in the pits now. And Orange and Gamma is out of the race. He's calling it quits in the pits. At least all that drama promotes Infinite Glory back up to 14th. And Dixon saying this race is over for me. Well, not just so yet, mate. You know, if we do get a safety car, that'll bring you right back into the action. You can see DeRoy. Sure, he's going to have DRS on Roman's Republic on the pit straight, which he does. Is he close enough to have a go into turn 1? No. The answer is no. So he has to sit behind and hope that the Ferrari does make a mistake at some point. Big Boss Bell's looking to get past Jay Hartnell for 5th. Into Thunderfoot they go. Can't make the move stick. Mystic Joker and Lizard. You can see get in on the outs. Big Balls Bells defending the position. Mystic Joker thought about going into Mirabeau. DeRoy, can he get the job done on the Ferrari of Roman's Republic? The answer is no. I don't think Big Boss Bells is going to be anywhere near close enough having a go on Jay Hartnell into the Neufeld chicane on this occasion. Oh, is it into there? And DeRoy's damaged his front wing as Roman's Republic came into the pits. Oh, he'll be livid with that, will DeRoy. And Churumbar's in the pits as well for... Now, did he... I wonder if Churumbar had to wait for the Ferrari to go by. He did. So I wonder if Churumbar picked up damage at somewhere around the track. But either way, that's DeRoy into the lead. He is carrying damage to that front wing. Pimis is right behind in second. Incident sector 2 and 3, not sure what's happened. Elvis Nino, he must have damage somewhere. I think he's come together with Dean Phelan. Yeah, he's got damage to the left-hand side of his front wing. So here's DeRoy and Pimis. These two were teammates last time out in Zandvoort. Now they're going head-to-head with DeRoy in the Red Bull. DeRoy decides to stay out. That's probably the right thing to do, you know. Jay Hartnell holding up Big Balls Bells. And Jay Hartnell's broken his front wing now as well. And he decides to pit in. Quick Killer gets another 3 seconds of time penalty for exceeding track limits. So here's Mystic Joker. Can he have a go on Big Balls Bells down into Sandevot? The answer is no. Hazard in 5th place as well. Safdar in 6th. He's doing a fine job actually. Churumbar in 11th behind Roman's Republic, who's coming up to the traffic. If McGlory setting some brilliant laps so far on his hard tyres. Mr. Joker determined to get in front of Big Balls Bells, but he won't want to take too many risks as he's got the championship leader right behind him. In fact, Lizard is looking to have a go on the Renault to the outside. Decides to bail out of it. But he's going to go side by side through Massenet, and Lizard's done it! What a move from Lizard into Massenet. He got through, he did what I think it was Mitch Evans who put off a brilliant manoeuvre on Robin Frines in the Formula E race recently, and Lizard just pulled off a brilliant overtake. doing the switchback, coming out of Standard and through Massenet, and he got the job done before Casino Square. That's amazing stuff there from the championship leader. And we've got drivers in the pits now. I think Infinite Glory's back in. Has he had damage somewhere? He must have done. And Jay Hartnell has had another pit stop done. They're both still in the lead lap. DeRoy coming through Larascas. And someone else has had an incident. There's a traffic jam in Sector 2 at the Nouvelle Chicane. Moments Republic's got a time penalty for corner cutting. I'm not sure if he did so, if there were cars almost parked there. Now, is there anyone coming into the pits following damage there? I think Becco might be, you know. Yes, he is, and it's Dan Murphy. So, Bruce Turenbar back up into 9th place. Lezard's got by Big Boss Bells now. So, Lezard absolutely flying on his hard tyres. He's got 13 seconds to make up on Pimis and DeRoy, but those two have yet to pit. Mr. Joker also getting by Big Boss Bells at Mirabeau. So drivers are starting to overtake others in different parts of the racetrack. There's Dixon in 15th. Liverpool fan ahead of Infinite Glory, and Jay Hartnell right behind. Now, DeRoy, I can imagine, will want to stay out for as long as he can. He may even choose to wait until there's a safety car, because we've already had 2 in this race so far in the opening stages. And Safdar's now in the pits for Alfa Romeo. Becco's got a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. Is this a new front wing for Safdar? It is. So he's going to go on to a set of soft tyres. Dean Phelan right behind him as well. I think Safdar will rejoin ahead of Becco. But no, he doesn't. He's behind Becco. But with Safdar on much better tyres than Becco, I'll say much better, he's on faster tyres. He may be able to get past him almost straight away. DeRoy still leading. Even with that damage to the front wing. Nazid setting some good times so far in his hard tyres. Elvis Nino in the pits again for a new front wing. He's either coming together with Phelan once more. At least that promotes Dixon up to 13th. Liverpool Fun's going to go through past both of them. Those two have not had a good race at all. DeRoy's been on his mediums since the start of the race, and Pimis is in the pits. What tyres is he going to go on? He's going to go on to a set of the hards. Big Balls Bells goes through. He might rejoin ahead of Exotic Alpha. Yeah, he will do. So he's got a bit of clear track ahead of him, actually, as Pimis, which could help him. Completes an undercut on DeRoy. And the Ferrari of Roman's Republic has got past Exotic Alpha. And I think Turenbar's going to go through as well. He does. Brilliant manoeuvre there from Turenbar. caught Exotic Alpha unawares, and the Mercedes managed to get through. Brilliant overtake there from Turenbar. So De Roy continuing on his way. He may try and go onto the soft compound if he can. We are now on lap 20 with 19 laps to go after this one. So does De Roy want to stretch out those mediums for as long as he can? So De Roy still leading. And Exotic Alpha does finally pit for, well, I say finally pits, he's in for a new front wing. He must have had damage somewhere. And that's a set of the medium tyres going on to the racing point now. That'll drop him out of the points. That promotes Dixon up to 12th place now. Mr. Joker now getting a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits too many times. This is looking very good though for De Roy. Well, I'll say it looks very good. We don't really know where he's going to end up once he does come into the pits. I think he would rejoin in 7th behind Turenbar. But if we do get a safety car, that will most certainly change things. We've only had 2 retirements so far. Orange and Gamma, who did so well in qualifying, was out after picking up too much damage and pitting too many times. Too far down the field, felt he had no chance of scoring points. And there's the Liverpool fan. Has he picked up damage somewhere? Yes, he has, on the right hand side of his front wing. He'll need to come into the pits to get that front wing changed. And Jay Hunnell also getting a 3-second time penalty. Liverpool fan in the pits. What is De Roy going to do? He's going to carry on. Liverpool fan will go down a lap. Probably try and go for the fast lap, as Infinite Glory's got another 3 seconds added to his time penalty. That's the penalty now. He's got 3 seconds actually. So Mystic Joker, oh, what's happened to him? He's come into the pits. Has he picked up damage again? It's his second stop of the race, so I presume he has done. It's a shame. And out onto the circuit he goes in 7th. And Lizard all over the back of De Roy in the battle for the lead. He won't want to take too many risks at this point. So whilst these two are fighting. Oh, you can see Lizard going to the inside as they enter to back. Lizard backed out of it. Wise to do so as well. And let's say that Big Boss Battles is close as well. Behind him is Pimis, who I think has just got ahead of Roman's Republic and Turenbar. So battle going on there for 3rd. I think there could be well be a change of the lead here for the race. Lizard with DRS. 6 behind De Roy for now. Jay Hartnell coming out of the pits. Into in sector 2. We've got a Williams going for a spin. It's a Quick Killer. He needs to be very careful here. Yeah, he's got a 5-second time penalty for corner cutting, but he may have a case afterwards. Will the Williams driver. Murphy in 11th place ahead of Dixon. Dixon felt that he was going to give up after this, but he could still get a points finish out of it. And, oh, it's contact with... Oh, he's going to need to pit in again, I think. That's really unfortunate there. Just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Quick Killer also in the pits, I think. And Infinite Glory's in again. For another change of tyres and a new front wing. And Dean Phelan has called it quits in the pits. He's in there again and he's out. What a shame. So he's the third driver to leave this race. DeRoy still in the lead. I don't think Leslie can overtake under the yellows, so he's going to have to sit in behind for a little bit. Two drivers exit turn 1. And incident sector 1 is, I think that's just a driver coming out of the pits actually, which is a Haas driver. Oh, I think that'll be Dean Phelan who will be parking the car. Now these drivers who are coming through have got to be really careful not to... Oh, Pimis, did he hit the barrier? I think he may well have done. And, oh, Dean Phelan stopped. I hope that's not going to bring out the safety car. Now, Dean Phelan did retire in the pits, so that shouldn't affect anything. Oh, and someone else has gone for an... Well, it's Jay Hartnell. He's locked up into Mirrorboat. And he's on his way again. So DeRoy still leads. And he lets the AlphaTauri go through before he comes in. That's the right thing to do there for DeRoy. The Red Bull team will have a new front wing ready for him as well. Big Balls Bells will go ahead of him. I think he's already pitted in this race actually, is Big Balls Bells. He's got Pimis, Romans Republic, Churenbar, and Mystic Joker right behind. And the Red Bull of DeRoy should rejoin in 7th place. Yeah, he will. He's got some clear track ahead of him on soft tyres, so he may try and go for the fastest lap. Now, plenty of drivers have been in the wars today. Lezard is one of those who hasn't. Now, Mystic Joker is in 6th place, carrying a time penalty. So with that considered, now you get... Just checking to see how many points you get. No, if Mystic Joker was to finish 6th, Leslie would win the race. That would be a difference of 24 points between those two. Smalley not competing. Churenbar, who's ahead, would... I think we'll be close to Mystic Joker actually. So Leslie's lead in the championship is going to increase, I think, to... Well, it was 54 points before the race started. So that lead's going to increase to 78 going into the next round of the championship. It's just all falling into place for Lesley, isn't it? Just totally unstoppable. Big Balls Bells in 2nd place, ahead of Pimis, with Romans Republic, Churenbar and Mystic Joker right behind. DeRoy's going to be joining these guys in a moment, but he's picked up a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits too many times. Now Lezard's lead is over 21 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Big Balls Bells in 2nd, Pimis 3rd, Romans Republic 4th, Churenbar 5th, Mystic Joker in 6th. Here's DeRoy, who will get DRS, as he was within a second behind the back marker. That is Liverpool fan. And Big Balls Bells is in the pits for a change of tyres and a new front wing. He'll probably fall down behind Becco. Yeah, he'll fall down behind Becco for sure. What about Safdar? And he's behind Safdar as well. Should rejoin ahead of Dan Murphy. So Big Boss Bells is down to 9th place, but he's on much better tyres than a lot of the field is. So Pimis is up into 2nd place then. Romans Republic is 3rd. Churumbar 4th, Mystic Joker 5th, DeRoy up to 6th place now. Oh, he taps him. DeRoy's taps the back of Mystic Joker at Larascas. Both get away with it. And we've got another incident down at the Nouvelle Chicane. Not sure what's happened. Safdar's had a moment. Exotic Alpha gets through. So Safdar's lost ground there. And he's behind Alpha and Dixon. So Dixon is in 10th place now. Which, if you remember, it's the top 15 that score points. Dixon, through all his maladies in this race, could well be on course to pick up more points than he probably thought he was going to do. He's got 9th place Dan Murphy ahead of him now, with 11 laps remaining. And after him, it'll be Big Balls Bells, who will be catching up to Becco on his soft tyres. He may even try and go for the fastest lap, actually. We'll stay with him. Although we could have a look at the battle for 2nd place between 5 drivers. Pimis, Romans Republic, Churumbar, Mystic Joker and DeRoy. In fact, DeRoy pushing a bit too hard, rides the curbs. And an instant in sector 2, that's the other racing point of Exotic Alpha. He's gone for a spin. And Big Balls Bells is crossing over the line. It's a 1 minute 11.6. It's not the fastest up of the race, but it's certainly some good pace there from the racing point. Dixon's ahead of Dan Murphy now into 9th. Jay Hunt will get another 3 seconds added to his time penalty. Look at Les's lead. He's 27 seconds in front of everyone else. He could actually pit in and do the fastest lap if he wanted to. Maybe wait a few more laps. We've got an incident in sector 3. That's Jay Hartnell in the pits and out of the race. He's had a really shocking race as well. Now, who's got the fastest lap of the race at the moment? Let's have a look. It's Mr. Joker. It's a 1 minute 11.6. So Becco still ahead of Big Balls Bells. Big Balls Bells going to the inside. Oh, the two-way contact! And Becco's in the wall! Oh, that looks a bit clumsy there from the pair of them, really. I mean, Becco did cut across just at the wrong point. We've got a safety car now. We've got our 3rd safety car of the race. And drivers are getting penalties all over the place at the moment, including DeRoy and Mystic Joker. They may dispute that with the stewards afterwards. DeRoy's got ahead of Mystic Joker now as well. Did he overtake him under the safety car? We'll find out in a moment. And Lezard's in for a pit stop, going on to a set of soft tyres, so he's kept hold of the lead. So Lezard will rejoin ahead. That's a back marker, actually, of Quick Killer, who's in 15th. And Lezard has caught up to the safety car. Don't drive too quickly, mate. Don't want to throw it all away now. So So the drivers with time penalties. Now this is another thing. Pimis has got 3 seconds. Romans Republic has got 3. DeRoy's got 8. Mystic Joker's got 3. Becco's got 3. Big Boss Bells has got 8. Dan Murphy's got no time penalties to his name. Safdar's got none. Exotic Alpha has got 6. Elphas Nino's got 6. Infinite Glory's got 3. Dixon's got 9. Quick Killer and Liverpool Fan have got 6 seconds each. Leslie's got no time penalties to his name at all, so he just needs to keep the car on the track, really, from here on in. Oh, I thought he was going to hit the safety car there. So how long will it be before the safety car does come in? I doubt it will be at the end of this lap. Now, the field is going to be bunched right up by the time the restart does get underway. Now, behind Mystic Joker, there's quite a gap between him and Safdar. Just looking to see who's still on the tyres they were in before they pitted. In fact, Mystic Joker is going to take the opportunity to pit in for a set of softs. Now, can he get out in front of Safdar? I think he will. We're behind the back marker of Liverpool Fan. Now, Safdar is coming into Larascas now. And I think Mystic Joker's 6th place is covered. Infinite Glory getting a 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. Exotic Alpha in the pits again. Probably to serve more of his time penalty. Obviously, it's a new front wing, I would imagine. So we're now on lap 33. 7 laps to go. Lizard leads. Pimis is in 2nd place. Romans Republic 3rd. Churumbar 4th. DeRoy 5th. Mystic Joker in 6th. Safdar in 7th place for Alfa Romeo. Elvis Nino 8th. Dixon in 9th place. And with a front wing that's fully drivable. So he's on course still for some good points, actually, he's Dixon. And he's on better tyres than Nino ahead of him. In fact, Dixon's got a 9-second time penalty, which dropped him behind a few cars behind him. Now, when is the safety car going to be coming in? Don't think it's going to be coming in this lap, but to be honest with you, no, it's going to go around one more time. So Lizard... So the field's going to be bunched right up by the time this safety car restart does get underway. Dixon coming in saying, time to send it. Well, you've got a 9-second time penalty, mate. If there's any time for you to send it, it's on the safety car restart. So who would finish 2nd in all this with the penalties considered? Possibly Churumbar. So Churumbar on course for possibly 2nd place, if he can get to within 3 seconds of Pimis and Baroons Republic. DeRoy's got 8 seconds to serve, as does Mystic Joker. So in terms of who would finish 3rd, it's probably going to be Pimis. But there's still quite a considerable number of racing that can still happen in the remaining 5 laps at the end of this one. And the safety car is coming in at the end of this lap. So Lizard, how slow will he back the field up? Now, there is a back marker in the way, that's Quick Killer. He's running in 15th place, which would see him score a championship point. He's in the fight with Liverpool Fan for it, because he's also a lap behind. But Lizard decides to go now. So Lizard, on the restart, pulls away from Pimis. who gets by the lapped Williams. Now, did he overtake him before the line? I wonder. We'll find out in a moment. Yeah, he did. He did overtake him. Oh, and Roman's Republic has hit the back of him. So Roman's Republic has got damage to his front wing as Pimus was trying to allow his teammate back through because he overtook under the yellow flags. And Roman's Republic has picked up damage. And now we've got De Roy, who's passing Turenbar around the outside out of Casino Square and into Mirabeau. And surely he's going to go up into third place because Roman's Republic is carrying that damage. I think Safdar, has he got damage as well? I think he may well have done. Yes, he has. Nino in 8th. And you can see the Williams of Quick Killer moving out of the way. Oh, and De Roy's gone into the barrier almost. He's got damage to his front wing. And Turenbar is trying to get through as well. This could get very, very messy because we've got drivers with broken front wings, unlike those that don't. Dan Murphy getting another 3-second time penalty. Oh, we've got Nino and Dixon. Dixon touches the wall on the exit to back as he tried to get past Nino around the outside. Now De Roy coming into the pits. Oh, he's got damage as well. And that's his chances of points gone now, really. And he's calling it quits as well. Dan Murphy in the pits for Red Bull. He's calling it quits. So those two out of it. Dixon moves up into 7th place now. And we got Mystic Joker trying to make a move on the Mercedes of Turenbar for 4th place. Barone's Republic is 3rd. You can see Pimus is stretching out his margin. But that's because of Roman's Republic's damage to his front wing, which is causing the handling of the car to, well, understeer so much. Turenbar needs to try and get by him, really, if he has to have any hope of finishing second in this race. Does he go for it into the Neufeld chicane? He does go down the inside into the Neufeld chicane. He cuts the chicane. He's going to have to give the place back. He's going to have to give the place back as Turenbar because he did gain the position by going off it. Now, one of the stewards will have a look at that. Mystic Joker also looking to get by the Ferrari. He makes contact as they exit the swimming pool. Leslie with a new fastest lap. DRS is now enabled. But can Mystic Joker get past the Ferrari and put himself up into 4th place? Not into Sandoval. And so he sits behind Safdar in 6th place now. Dixon down to 8th. He must have had a moment somewhere. Oh, the damage he's got to his front wing's terrible. Nino trying to go round the outside. Exotic Alpha is up into 9th place on his mediums. Going to the inside into Mirabeau. The two make contact. They just get away with it, and now Exotic Alpha gets through. Dixon give him a light nudge. Mystic Joker, can he get by Roman's Republic up to 4th? Not into the Neufeld chicane, he sits behind. We've got a battle for 6th here because Safdar clouts the wall and Becco's going to go past him up into 6th place, as is Exotic Alpha. So Dixon cutting across the chicane and surely Nino's going to get through. The two make contact again. Now, take it easy, boys. Dixon, oh, the two make contact. Nino's broken his front wing, surely he has. And he's going to cross the chicane at the swimming pool. Oh, this incident's happening left, right and centre, and they can see that Dixon's trying to pull away as well. And goes back in on Safdar for 8th. Dixon's going to the pits. Nino's in the wall as well. Now is Dixon calling it quits this time? Or is he going to come into the pits and get another set of soft tyres on? Nino's in the pits as well. Now, they should be joining 11th and 12th places because Liverpool Fan and Quick Killer are a lap behind the rest of the guys. There's Pimus in 2nd place. Turenbar 3rd. Now, Pimus, I think, has got damage to his front wing, actually. So, Turenbar, with the pace he's setting, is on course to finish 2nd in this one. And Dixon and Nino have rejoined on soft tyres again, so they'll probably battle it out for the fastest lap. Want to go back to the battle for 8th place, actually, because Big Balls Bells is all over the back of Safdar, who's suffering with that damage. Likewise, Big Balls Bells, Infinite Glory, It's had a nightmare of a race, to be honest with you. Big Boss gets through on the outside. Infinite Glory trying to get through there. That's Liverpool fan behind him, who's a lap down. Safdar goes over the curves. We're now on the final lap of this race, actually. So Lezard doing everything right in this race. Hasn't put a foot wrong. Kept his car out of the barriers. And Safdar has just let I think he's let the Mercedes go by, actually. Safdar getting a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. But here's Lezard coming through the Liverpool chicane, coming through the swimming pool chicane into Larascas. Through Anthony Nose for the last time, onto the pit straight. Lezard is going to continue his 100% start winning campaign by winning the Monaco Grand Prix by reversing over the line. He's finally done it there. Lezard, well done. He could afford to do that because he was around about 25 seconds in front of everyone else, and he's got the fastest lap to go with it. Pimis will cross the line second ahead of Turenbar, but it's Turenbar who'll go to second with Pimis's time penalty applied. DRS open on Turenbar's car, so Turenbar finishes second. Mystic Joker finishes fourth behind Pimis. Romance Republic will be ahead of Beko. Exotic Alpha finishing in 7th place. What about Big Balls Bowles? He comes down in 8th. Infinite Glory 9th. Dixon, who is trying to set some really strong pace at the moment on his soft tyres. We just want to see if he can set the fastest up of the race. He's not going to set the fastest up of the race, so he comes down 10th. Elvis Nino will be 11th. Safdar just crawling around on the last lap with a puncher. Goodness gracious me. Liverpool fans crossed the line in 13th. Quick Kill at 14th, so at least both of those two do get points anyhow. The driver who set the fastest up of the race was Lezard. Brilliant race all round. And Lezard just cannot stop winning. Now Turenbar's second place moves him up to, second place in the Drivers' Championship now. He adds to his total of 66 points. Which, for a second place finish, the number of points you do get for finishing second is 32. So Lezard's lead at the top is now increased to 66 points over the rest after the opening 4 rounds of the championship. Mystic Joker will be third. So final classification then of the Monaco Grand Prix. Lezard wins by 22 seconds and getting the fastest lap. Turenbar second. Pimis in third. Mystic Joker fourth. Romance Republic fifth. Beko doing brilliantly from the back of the grid to sixth in the AlphaTauri. Exotic Alpha was seventh. Big Balls Bowles eighth. Infinite Glory ninth. Dixon 10th. Nino was 11th ahead of Safdar, Liverpool Fan and Quick Killer, who ran out the finishes. Dan Murphy retired close to the end, as did DeRoy. Jay Hartnell likewise. Dean Phelan, Onji Gamma and Luna Ascari. So I've already mentioned, Lezard's lead in the championship is now 66 points going into the next round, which will be in Hungary in a week's time on the 25th of May, 8 PM British Summer Time. I'm Tom Cairns, and I'll speak to you again soon when the Formula Racing League returns.